will be able to see the mouse. Okay, you'll just have to listen and follow along for the recording. We're starting up. We're catching up on XRP. So we're talking about the next setup trades here. So here is when it did go, Terry. It was like bam, right? It took 25 days for it to just do this madness. And so I could see us doing a 25-day run easily up into this region and get all the way up to the top of the range into the $3 range. And this is going to probably take the reaccumulation window of time. That's the one that's going to probably be the longest. So I think in a month's time we can go from $1.40 to $3.50, and that would be, you know, a double and then some. But during this window of time here, if we scale the indicator in to answer your question, the indicator turned right here on at $1 at 58 cents, and it turned off at 250 is where it told you to get out. So, and then it said get back in again a little bit early, but you had to have a stop loss, and then it was, you know, back out again. So I think you're right. I think the indicator will be green through this whole region, and then we'll be exiting and trailing out and taking profits as it's finishing up this next leg into this consolidation area here at this area. So it'll probably turn red through here, and then we'll catch the next run. So I think that's what's coming, and we'll watch it on the shorter time frames, which is why I started on, when we brought this whole thing together, I started on the 1 day just to show you that we can use the 1 day as our guide. And right now the 1 day says we have green, so we're just going to continue to hold that. 1 day said to get out back here at 210. So when we started seeing the 1 day roll over here at 210, this is where you would want to move your stop loss up from where we entered at $1.85. You would be putting your stop at like 205, and then it would have stopped you out, and you would have even had a better snipe opportunity on that last one. So the inverse will happen. We'll be pushing up, the 1 day will roll over, and we'll say, okay, let's move our stops up, lock in our profits, and then we'll start seeing if, you know, we'll just do our wave counting on the way up. So that's how I'm expecting us to navigate this move upwards. So, and we have time. So sweet. So yeah, so there's that. Now this is cool, guys. You're gonna love this. Bitcoin. Green dot getting ready to show up. So it started forming the green dot yesterday. So it's 24 hours in. These are 6-day candles, and it's not going to close until the 20th. So we still have 4 more days for this thing to play out. But Bitcoin is about to give us a green dot potentially here in the next 4 days, which is why I fully expect XRP to break out as well, because it's about the big boy is about to come to the party and say, hey, let's go. And you can see how clean the green dot was back here, all the way up to there, got you out, got you back in roughly the same price, ran the next leg, got you out again, you avoided all that crap, got in, stop loss took you out, came down here, you're now getting ready to reaccumulate at this level after having, let's assume it stays at the same price range. If you got stopped out right there, you would be a 20% increase in your Bitcoin bag with this indicator. So that's pretty awesome. And then random other coins, Bitcoin Cash still red, but building its support on this trend line. Ethereum, very close to printing the green dot itself. It's going to print that green dot in 24 hours. About a little bit more than 24 hours, we'll have Ethereum with the green dot. Freaking bullish, right? Litecoin has had a green dot as it's coiling and accumulating here at this level. XRP, we know, has had a green dot this whole time. Total crypto market cap minus stable coins and Ethereum and Bitcoin. So this is everything but Ethereum, Bitcoin, and stable coins is green. MicroStrategies, been green forever with a bullish divergence on this guy, and AKA higher for MicroStrategies. S&P 500 is almost down to the breakdown area at 649er, so it should be down here soon. Probably in the next day or two. It'll probably open up down with oil being higher. That will finish everything, and then it should bounce. And with that bounce, crypto will go with it. Stablecoin dominance, been red dot, which we want to see. So the breakdown of money moving out of stables into the market is happening. And yeah, so there's your quick kind of general overview of how everything is playing out with the macro trends. So Bitcoin about to give us the green dot in another 4 days. Stablecoins is telling us that money's coming back into the market, and Ethereum is about to green dot. XRP has had the green dot, and Bitcoin Cash is still working its way through its correction there. So we're close. This is very, very bullish because everything is lined up together to say that the bottom is in, the rounded bottom. Sweet. So good.
Nice.
Very nice. Okay, so custom requests or anything you guys want to see? But go ahead. What'd you say, Zuber?
And I was saying that's exciting, the rounded bottom. Let's
It
see it.
is. It is. So, questions for specific coins you want to see or check in on or anything like that?
What's up with Casino Coin? Wasn't Steph saying something was going on with that?
Yeah, let's jump over
I
there.
forget what she said.
I personally, she'd have to tell us more. I personally don't have any casino coin myself. But let's go to the memes. Let's talk about them real fast. So we'll jump over to the memes here. All right. So we've got Sigma. This is super bullish, right? I like this. We had what was it? Tooth showed up to the party, and he was like, "Yeah," and then he was like, "Nope, never mind, not for me." So he left. That's fine. And so Tooth popped in and then popped out. So that's where these candles came from. And then from here, the 12-hour RSI is almost fully reset. And we know the 4-hour RSI has also started to curve back up again. So we've got buyers coming in. The daily, though, is about halfway down. So there it is, halfway down the mountain here. So really, as a group of us who are believing in this project and all the things we're doing a beautiful back test of this support range. So we broke above it, we're coming in with back testing. We probably have a little bit more chop through here, like this kind of view. So just watch this daily RSI, and as this stochastic gets down here at these low levels, you could start just kind of taking little nibbles. But I suspect that if XRP is going to break out next week, you're going to see this go crazy along with XRP at the same time. Was there a question? No? Okay. So yes. Yeah.
I mean, I know I asked about Fair last time, but I know Fuzzy has been moving. It is.
Yeah.
If nobody has a question, I'd love to see if it's actually done.
Done.
Should I take profits after this little run up? I mean,
yeah, it's got. I mean, the money behind whatever venture capitalist thing this is, or whoever has built it, is there for sure, right? And there's no denying that with how they move this thing, with the money they move on it, right? So there's your pop off the lows. So we hit the target that I expected, which was this purple box, and we actually fought resistance with that for quite a while, right? You can see this was the target area that I expected, where Illy said that it would never happen, and then it totally happened. We actually front ran the 886, and I would have expected us to honestly get down to about 3.6 million on this coin before this price action happened. So what I would expect here, right, if we just do our wave counts, is we had our WXYXZ correction, and now we're having this parabolic run off of here. So I would look for the wave 2. So you would want to see this probably, you'd have your higher low right here for your wave 1, wave 2. This would be your parabolic wave 3 to get you suckered in. You back test the region. You get up to like a 618 fib, which would be about 15 million, 4.5 million or so. And then you got to correct, right? So that correction's likely to play out. And then you would have your ABC backtest, and you would find this as support like that. So you would take profits probably around 14 million market cap is where I would take profits. This is what I would expect. Yeah, so you just chill on it. You're gonna get a back test, and then you're gonna go breakout. So like money, if we just look at the board here, right? Here's Sigma, 5% up today. We know we got up to almost a million, right? So we lost about 20%, I think, off the high here. Let's go back to it real quick. So we started it. We built something. Money came into the project for both Aura and Sigma. They popped off the lows, and we had from the low, right? If we go all the way to the bottom, if you snipe that bottom, it was 76%. Pretty awesome, right? And we had gone even higher, but then we pulled back. So we had that breakdown, and we lost 20%. Okay? So that's just because it was just too overheated, right? People are going to take profits organically, which is normal. So since then, this happened, right? For us, and you can see how accurate that was. And then you jump over to Fuzzy, it's now in drop, right? They're up 12 to 17%. So money or profits are rotating back to them, or people are finding conviction into their coins and they're putting their money in. So if we go back to Fuzzy here, it's had no relief yet, right? So it hasn't had any back test. So we're working on our back test. They're now catching up on the breakout, and they, as an example, had 100% return. So we have a higher, because our market cap's so much lower, the probability of the less money it takes to move our coin, aka the higher it can go faster, because we have a smaller market cap. And so it will, because they needed to get this price action, they needed $90,000 to trade to get this, and we did all of what we were doing with, like today, for example, we're up 4%. It's only $600, $700, right? So imagine if any of that money starts rotating, and some of it comes into play. That's going to be wild for money coming into the project, and this thing could just send, right? And so because it's so distributed and everything else. So long story short, you got that happening. Here's drop, for example, too, up 20% today, but from the lows for drop, as it's taking forever. There we go. If you got that low, you'd be looking at 100%. So we've already surpassed the return of what they've both done, because they're only at 100% and we did 200. So I suspect that we just need to cool off, and once the cool off happens and everybody sees that it's not destroyed or jeeted, then it's just going to continue on its quest. But all of these are going to have their resets kind of like this. But this is a higher low on drop. I don't know if you can see it here, but there you go. There's your higher low right there. So this is a higher low, and this is now the parabolic next run. So things are going to get wild, and I think the breakout of XRP is next week, and I think all of this is going to get absolutely nutty across the entire space, and everybody and their brother is going to come back, and we're going to be right where we need to be. So Bert's up 53% today, right? Trying to catch up to us, and it just did it off of very little volume, 13K, right? Again, it's not a lot to make these moves. So if 13K buys and 5K sells, so it was only $7,000, and that's what you get for $7,000 right there. So, gonna get crazy. Gonna get crazy.
Dang it! I was holding Bird. I sold it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, any of these down here that haven't run yet, that are in the top sections, are probably worth just kind of sniping and then just do some DCAs, or wait for the wave 2 correction, which is normal, to play out. And how those wave 2s shake out is going to be the biggest thing, because if we look at the Sigma chart, go back to this when it loads. There you go. I don't see a wave 4, which is why I think we're going to get a triangle yet, and we still have our wave 5, and that return from the lows again was more, 200%. So we've outperformed even now all of those other projects, even though they're green right now and we're not. It's because we already ran, and now we're going to sideways accumulate and pop off to the next leg, and then we'll have our corrective leg. So I'm thinking our biggest issue for Sigma is going to be getting back, well, and we'll see when we get there, but I suspect that the challenge is going to be everything here at 2 million. I think we get up to 2 million, which is still another 200%, and we're going to probably start finding all of this resistance here of everybody who bought at this level and didn't DCA. They may not know about what we're doing on the indicator and all that other stuff, but they might just want to sell, and that might be where we run into problems for another slowdown and a back test, and then we can go. So there'll be plenty of opportunities. So just wait for the back test, and then you should be good. Or watch this RSI, the stochastic RSI. So I think things are going to get wild, ladies and gents. It's close. I mean, the fact that we've set a higher high on Sigma is great. Let's go to Aura real quick. Aura is the same exact chart, which is why I think it's like the real community. Aura is at 173K market cap, only $693 versus, so it's like $200. And with $200 today, you can see that gives you a nice little green candle in that purple box right here. As we go in, you can just see that's $200 right there. So little money necessary for these things to get stupid. So Yeah, it's. I think we're like this next week is the big week, guys. I think this is where things really start getting excited, and you're going to see a massive volume pop up, and we just need to tell everybody and their brother what we're doing here, and we'll massively outperform the market in these projects.
So everyone's like doing these different marketing tactics, which is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Could we try to be more targeted towards like launching this web app and like have like a date that we're trying to shoot for here?
Yeah. If
I mean, I guess as soon as possible, right?
yeah, you're building it, so that's your question, friend. So
Well, it's close. I don't know if you're wrapped up, Bunny, but like I'd love to just show it to everybody on a screen share and get feedback that way.
yeah, let's do it.
It's totally up to you.
I can be wrapped up, and if there's no other questions or things that people want to look at, but then yeah, we should absolutely do it because the simplicity of it is super genius. So yeah, let's get everybody on board. If there's no more questions, that is.
Hey, Bunny, I'd like to go over XLM and HBAR if you don't mind.
Not at all. Not at all. Let's do it. All right. So, nope, that's not the right one. Yeah, that is the right one. Okay. So let's check it here. All right. So do you remember the time intervals for those by any chance? If not, I can look.
No, I was just following the 3-day dot.
Well, it's going to be, each one has their own specific dot, but give me just a moment. I'll get it. Okay. So XLM is, I think, 3-day, right? Yeah, 3-day. Okay. So let's do XLM. Am I in the correct stream? Did I change it correctly? No, I didn't. Share your screen. Change screen. Click to that. Okay, there we go. Are we using Coinbase? Probably. Nope. There we go. Oh, I guess we were. Okay. So here we go. Your nice and beautiful green dot. Like no real, nothing. I mean, it's stupidly boring because you can see how everything is moving together, right? So it is just nice and green, and you got even a bullish divergence here, where this guy was purple, blue, and then purple again, and price action just kind of went down while this went up, and that's bullish. Like that's what you want to look for is this divergence, and this guy is still green, and we could even see on here that you're getting the separation that you want to see. So if this can get really going, then we're in good shape with XLM. So XLM looks good, and then HBAR on the green dot.
So with that bullish divergence, you're thinking about that this could possibly be a bottom and a good position to take a long, a decent long position on.
Oh yeah, yep. It's been okay for XLM for a while, and HBAR same story. So HBAR, the stop loss that we put in for HBAR was 20% because I worked that out with T1G because he was getting into his positioning of HBAR. And so he just full ADHD'd in right when it's set to go. So he's down on his position. I think he said he was even. So he's down about 6.76% right when the indicator told you to get in. But if you just DCA'd into this region here, then you could put in a 20% stop loss and be protected all the way down to here. But HBAR says it's fine right now. So yeah. So HBAR is a much slower indicator. It's a 6-day. And so it's definitely a slower mover, right? So these are your where it tells you to do the behaviors.
Yeah, those are two assets I plan on, long-term swing trading, take profits. Hopefully once we get to this extended fifth of the fifth that you guys been talking about.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Yeah,
and I'm just real antsy right now because these prices are real good, and I was just wondering if you were seeing anything in the charts to say maybe we go lower at all, or
no. You need to be accumulating these both.
Hell yeah!
I mean, Bitcoin's about to flip, bro. Like, I mean, Bitcoin's about to give us the green light.
That's what I mean. That's the one thing I have been waiting for is I've been waiting for Bitcoin to give us the green light, and then I was just gonna
And
jump
Ethereum.
and fucking shoot my whole load like I always do. But
Ethereum is also right there. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Ethereum's there. So
Are
Bitcoin's
you
there.
already in?
Yeah.
On
You
what?
are?
On what?
Hedera.
I was, and then I converted a bunch at 38 cents to XLM at a terrible position back in, like, I think it was like 45 cents. And then everything just bled from there, obviously. But I was in on Hedera, and now I'm not in on Hedera. I'm massively long on XLM, but I'm wanting to start to build a massive position back on H bar. But I was just wondering if this was the true bottom we were seeing or not.
I'd like to do that alongside with you, if you don't mind.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I'm in any other assets other than XRP, other than memes. So, like, it'd be cool to start branching out and
Absolutely. Yeah.
using the indicator.
You absolutely should.
Yeah, so why I'm bullish on Hedera is because they worked with Ripple to help with the stablecoin regulation in the EU and in the US. So that's one that I'm massively bullish on. But I know going over it in Trench like a year and a half ago or whatever, we were kind of using it as the canary in the coal mine.
Oh yeah.
And we were looking for, I think XLM and XRP were going to outperform it. So I was planning on, converting a lot of that over to those two assets and then reaccumulating once we found a bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're there.
Yes, agreed. Fully agree. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? A, B, C. And so there you go. So this is that higher low back test of this range with the indicator being green. So yeah, this is totally the area to start buying. So let's talk about how do you enter into a positioning, okay? So this is how do you know that it's a good price? So we get the indicator tells us right here, okay? You can use this tool, which is called the anchored VWAP, okay? And there's some setting changes you can do, but we're going to just use this just for now, and we can come back and discuss this later. So we put that on here, and it's thinking for some reason. Probably because I got too much going on. Wow. Sure is thinking. Why is it not going? Oh, yeah, it's all on. Okay. Well, this is glitching nicely. But anyway, so this was supposed to put a VWAP on here. And what you would see is like a deviation in a middle zone and a low zone, right? And you would want to buy middle to down is whenever it hit those lower deviations, you would want to put it on there. I'm really surprised it's not working. Huh. Weird. Anyway, so it's not populating right now, but when we get these VWAPs on here, they're just showing where you should be buying. And so if it gets overcooked, you don't buy it, and then it gets right in the middle, you buy it or down. And so like that candle would be a good one to buy. So you would just know that the indicator's telling you it's time to buy. They're just looking for snipe entries with the VWAP as you go along, which again, this example sucks because there's, for whatever reason, not putting it on there. So the, I'll see if I can find a different asset, but the, let's do XLM. Maybe that won't give it to us.
And Hedera's on the 7-day, you said?
6 day. So it's slower.
6 days.
So you'll get a lot less signal on HBAR. Let's just try Zcash, see if I can just make this thing freaking populate. There you go. That's what it looks like. So it gets overheated. It comes back to the middle of the zone. It gets down to like 65% away from white, and then it tags blue, and it tags blue, and then it comes back up, and now it's working its way back up. So these would be your entries. You'd patiently wait for it to hit this blue line, and then every time it does, you buy as a DCA. And then you would have to be patient though. You would have had to sit on your hands and do nothing for Zcash for a total of a week. You would only do one buy and then another buy. Or you just do one buy there and then you just ignore this one over here. So if Zcash had told you it was time, then that's how you would go into it, and you use this tool to get your entries down on these extremes, because the likelihood of you returning to the white line is much higher, and you would effectively have a 30% return just getting back to the white line. So yeah.
And what do the colored lines mean? The blue and the maroon or purple?
So this white line is where the majority of volume is, okay? Is what that means. So it's the fair market value. So it's where most people on average are at. So people bought here and people bought here from this candle. So this is the majority of volume. Now, these are deviations away from that level. So this is 64% away from that white line, and this is 95% away from that white line. So it's likely to go back to the white line. And so you say, I want to buy when we're 95% away from the white line, and then you get back to it close, and then you're 95% away, and you're trying again. And then the same happens here. It gets up to the top of this blue line. You're now 95% away from the white line on the high end, right? Which could be a quick scalp move from where we are now. So that's a 40% return. Take a little bit off the table because inevitably your price action is going to move in waves. So you set the high or low, you have a parabolic run, you consolidate, and you hit that level. Then you come down and you back test, and you get that kind of stuff, right? So that's how it plays. So you use these deviation levels to scalp them off, reaccumulate, and run. Or just hold it because all of this is below where your entry was, which is down here, and you just stay above it and you just don't worry about it.
I appreciate that explanation, Bunny.
Yeah, you're welcome. So, but that's how this tool is used when you're getting your entries on it. So I haven't really shown anybody that tool yet, but we'll go into that as we get more entry opens. So if you're looking to buy something from HBAR, the tool is called, it's in your measurement tools, and it's called an anchored VWAP. And then you're going to select that, and then grab your settings, and you want to turn all three of these on. Bam. Phrasing. All right. So anyway, so there you go. So that's that. All right. So what other questions or charts you guys want to see? And then let's
just real quick in regards to Coupon saying like he's about to long Hedera or this is a good opportunity for that.
It is.
Does that mean a leverage trade?
I don't think Coupons normally does leverage.
I don't fuck around with that. No.
I would.
Okay, so a long doesn't mean
He's just gonna buy spot. Yeah, he's gonna buy the coins.
So when you long or short something that has nothing to do with leverage.
You are. So he just used a vernacular. I'm going to long HBAR by buying spot. But you are correct.
Okay.
Long and short could be leverage on both directions. So he's going to long. Long could be that you're buying a long on leverage for HBAR. But if you want less risk of losing your money and being liquidated with fuckery, then just buying spot, they can't take that from you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Fuckery is that foot too.
What's
But I
that?
do think we're getting some movement off of Trump demanding Clarity Act next week, and I don't think we get that. So I'm looking for that to kind of slap us down.
Yep. But everything is lined up, guys. I mean, just we'll recap it. HBAR, green. Bitcoin, about to be green. This is where I had my Bitcoin Cash is... sorry, I broke this. It's supposed to... I try to keep these the same. Oh, I'll come back and do this later. That's why none of these things showed up. There we go. Oh, sorry. Apparently, you're gonna have to watch me do this. There's XLM. Wow, I did a lot on. I tried. There it is. Bitcoin Cash. There we go. Bitcoin Cash. Oh yeah, there we go. So Bitcoin Cash is yet to be green, but it's it's trying. And then Ethereum is getting ready to turn green. Litecoin has been green. XRP has been green. Total 3 without Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the stables is green. MicroStrategies is green. Stablecoin dominance is red, getting ready to roll over. It's there, guys. I mean, we're there. I mean, I don't. If we do get a rollover, I'll be very surprised. And it would just be stopped out and just grab a snipe lower. But with that many things, all saying we're getting ready to run, I think we're fine.
Fuck yeah, boys, send it.
Yep. Here's that rounded bottom on Ethereum, right? And then it turned green, and we had to wait like 2 weeks, and then bam, and then we had to wait, and then bam, right? And so this is the same kind of thing. There's your rounded bottom again, rounded bottom. Probably 10 more days, 2 weeks or so, and then we get through March into April, and then bam, and then sideways, and then bam. So You ready?
I got a question for you, Bunny. There was a pretty decent poly market thing saying, will Ethereum be flipped for the second spot by any crypto? Do you think it will be or no?
As of right now, the answer is not XRP. Well, technically, oh, weird. XRP Ethereum says XRP could do it still. It's still green right now. So, and the count is
And
here.
it's just this year. I don't think it's specific. I think it's just by the end of the year.
Well, so count wise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the rising wedge. Okay. So you can see the wedge right there on the screen. Hopefully, there's a lot on this thing, so I apologize, but there's your rising wedge, and then you got an A, B, C down. Okay, and then you've got one, and then this. When I zoom in on this, we've got ourselves a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 A, B, C, and then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 A, B, C. So this thing is real close to having XRP outperform Ethereum here pretty soon. And the indicator says that in that pairing, that could be XRP. But you can see, again, ABC down, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3 is about to happen. So XRP, when it goes, we know it goes fast. So I can absolutely expect XRP when this breaks through this level here on the 3-day, just bam, we just shoot up into the $3, $2.80 range, and 220 to 270 would be very easy for XRP to retake. And I think everybody FOMOs in, and then you see that on the memes, right? We already are seeing the memes taking off faster because of it.
Quick question, buddy. Have you thought about making a video on, how the indicator plays out on a past move to post on the timeline to advertise? Or have we done that?
I can do that, yeah. I've been pulling it from the current info.
I think after this next move, because I think this is going to be a good move, after it's complete, like up and then back and then a retest, to make a perfect video of how the indicator caught that. And then I think that's going to sell a lot of people.
Absolutely, yeah. We could make one. I mean, a simple example of I showed this to my buddy, another buddy today, and I just showed him Bitcoin, right? And we can even do it on Bitcoin, right? So that might be the way to sell it, is do it on an asset that we're not actively, promoting, with XRP. But here's your Bitcoin one, right? I showed him this, and I was like, oh, hey, buddy, you would have only had to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and actually that's technically not one. You would be working on your 6th trade in a year and a half, and you'd be up 300%. Because you would be right here, you'd enter, and there's 61%. Then you avoid all that crap, so you technically get in right there, and you get back in, right? So you get a 10% bag increase, and then you get back in again, and you get a 23% bag increase, and then you are out through all this crap, so you avoid all this, gets you back in, so you get a 26% bag increase, and then you get stopped out down here as a negative loss. So this one goes again. This is the only one that goes against you, and you'd be reaccumulating here. So when I did the math on this, if you just reinvested it all, this was 300% through this whole region here. And then this capitulation gives you the ability to run the next leg. So yeah, I think if we use Bitcoin as just an example of how passively this makes it for you to trade, and then we overlay the scalps, and we overlay what we're doing with XRP, I think that could do wonders in getting people to try to get it. We just got to get the word out, right? We've got a lot of people who adopted this week. They're all excited. A lot of success was made on the lows, and now it's like, how do we get more people to come into the community and build? And I think the XRP Bunny will be that methodology to get it, because you get a big discount for it if you hold your Sigma.
Yeah, and coupons, I was actually thinking about that today. I was thinking when Terry finishes his thing, chicken tacos, tweaks a few things he was talking about, Bunny, you finishing the indicator, and then just doing like an overall little like promo presentation video, and maybe put Lainey to work and type out exactly what she needs to sell, and she can sell it, because people like following women for one reason or another, and it just is what it is. I mean, or you or Twan.
We all
or
know why.
No, I know.
Okay.
I think it's personally ridiculous, but whatever, each their own. That being said, though, having it being presented, I know she's all about, name and branding. It could be a good opportunity for her. And, but just a good professional, hey, this is what it does. This is, what it gives you. This is what we have cooking. This is a quick summary of how it, we've benefited from it.
Mm-hmm.
Or, just something like that, that we could,
and skills
all rally
promotional
behind
video
in a
of-
good
of-
professional, badass video.
Skills
We should
testimonial
be
video
hitting
is powerful too.
stages too.
Was that?
I said we should be hitting stages too. I've been personally doing rounds.
Yep.
You noticed you've seen me in spaces I'm normally not in. I hit up the Bear Discord yesterday, let them know what was going on. They gave me a little bit of alpha too, so it was cool. And I'll catch you up about that later, Bunny.
Okay. Sounds good.
But there's one more space I want to hit, which is DGen hours. It's the only one I haven't hit yet. Bunny, did you do Trench Warfare yet?
That's tomorrow night.
Okay, so it's pretty much just those two spaces, and we got everything covered. And
Yeah, and Flox had
hanging off.
us had to do the indicator in there, but I think it was obvious from the last Trench Warfare. People were like, oh, I don't trade, so I'm just not going to use the indicator. It's like, dude, you only on Bitcoin would have done 5 trades over a year and a half. Like, calm the fuck down. It's not a big deal.
Well, maybe there's one or two people in there that are interested in, and that's like the point, right? You don't need to get the whole room, just whoever's interested, and then
Yep.
over
One,
time, as everybody makes money, the Nates make money, the Coupons makes money, the Twans, the Immortals, everyone in this room, the Coupons. Everybody hops on different stages and be like, hey, yeah, man, I've been doing really good. This indicator, Bunny got blah, blah, blah. And, eventually, as people get more personal testimony on different stages from different Sigmas, it'll become very clear.
Juan, if you think about going, their space starts at the top of the hour, depending on everybody's time zone. I mean, maybe you could go up there and be one of the first ones. We could show up in numbers on a slower day, and I mean, if you want to, I'll join the space for that. I normally don't.
Tuesday or Wednesday. I can't do it today.
Well, yeah, we'll see for work, but regardless, just let me know, and even if I'm busy, I'll at least set alarm to tune in as a listener or something.
Well, takeaway from all this is that you're all doing great, and just do what you can, and that's the key. Just do what you can, represent, and push it, and sell it.
Yep. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Don't make yourself uncomfortable. Don't stress yourself out about it. Ultimately, we don't need anybody to come here. We're all going to be making money regardless if people show up or not. It's like throwing a party and being upset somebody doesn't come. Well, who cares? Like, we're all getting drunk anyway, with or without you.
Yeah.
I just left my family and I'm living in a library. Screw it.
So, kid,
Kiss us up to the kid.
it says up to the kid.
I will not be getting drunk with y'all, unfortunately.
Oh, Bunny was wanting to tell you something earlier, by the way.
Yeah. So we were in the space, Courtney, and I was actually really floored at how ridiculous Nate was being and saying that he didn't find you attractive anymore.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I know.
Damn, dude.
I hate to break it to you, but that's what he
It's
said.
getting late anymore, like for the rest of his life.
That's not what happened.
Why did you lob
Bunny,
that?
You're
Why
fucking hoe.
Why did you give me that lob? You shouldn't give me that
I
kind of
don't know.
ability.
Honestly, I was thinking about like, you know what? Why do I feel like this is gonna backfire?
It totally backfired. Like, why would you do that?
You did that to yourself.
You did that to yourself,
I
friend.
I
did.
hope you enjoy your right hand.
Yeah. Sorry,
Well,
Nate. I love you, but sorry, I love Courtney more, and I'm sorry, Courtney, that he said that about you.
Thank you for telling
He
me.
said we had an ugly baby.
No, he didn't. Did you see my baby?
Your baby's beautiful. So anyway, but there you go. So anything else non-baby related for charts and stuff? Well, I'm recording all this for the for the YouTube invite.
All right, you can continue.
No, I mean I'm good to be done, and we could just chat. I could just stop the recording. So
I want to see Terry's shit, man.
yeah. Oh yeah, Terry, let's do your stuff, buddy. Jump in there.
Can we record it somehow?
I am already recording it.
Should we just continue the recording?
Yeah,
Is that
and
fine?
you just have to share your screen.
Okay. All right. Let's see if this works. Okay. Can you see my screen?
I can, and let me just expand it over here. Oops.
You're fucking goated, by the way. This thing looks really cool.
It looks very sharp. Yeah, it's very.
Oh man,
cool.
it's nowhere near what it's gonna be. This is that was loud. This is shit right now as far as this landing page. The landing page is gonna be super cool. The little bunny video in the background was created by Grok, but I'd like to get skills to create a specific video for the background.
Nice.
And use some resources that we have. But anyways, so yeah, you connect your wallet. I just set it up to work with Wallet Connect today. It was originally just working with Zaman. Does anybody have Wallet Connect that knows how that works?
No.
Wallet Connect is just like a universal thing.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I guess once you click it, you're able to like select whatever wallet. So
Correct.
I don't know how we could test that, but I'm just trying to get everything that X Magnetic had. Probably the two biggest ones should be Joey and Zaman.
Beautiful.
And if anyone has any opinions on, what should be here and what shouldn't,
No, that looks great.
that's cool. But yeah, so this is legit. This works. So if I open my phone up and scan, just ask me to swipe for just authentication purposes. There's nothing else that does. But then it lets me in, and you'll see I have 3 favorites. There's 51 total assets, and then my status is verified. If I start clicking around, it's automatically gonna double check the 160 million threshold. So if you sell, you won't be able to access anything as soon as you start clicking around. Yeah, these are going to be the most recently signaled assets. So I set it up to just be the top 6 right now that aren't in your favorites. So whatever has changed most recently. With Chicken Tacos and how he has it set up to go to the Discord, there's more information I have here than what is being pushed to the Discord. So that might be something we need to talk about, Bunny, that could be useful. Like, I don't know if you, some of this stuff is like dynamic based on what happened. But if you were to add like a specific note somehow, it could possibly pop up there. But the goal is for you to not have to worry about this at all.
Nice. Yeah, maybe we find it where I just make the notes below the indicator signal and tie it or catch it in a reply, and then I put that in the channel, and then it pulls it over or something.
We could do that, or I could just give you an admin access to this where you like log in and can just go to the asset and add notes here.
Okay. Yeah, either way it's fine.
If something needs a note, but it doesn't have to have a note. If there's no note, it just won't show up. But that would give you some flexibility.
Okay.
And that could just be based on your wallet or something like that. Yeah, so this is the dashboard. Zoid threw together that PDF, so that's what I was working on before the call. And this is that. So this is like instruction documentation, just written out to explain how it all works. And that's the first kind of link.
Wow, moves. It's got like
on
that
the dashboard.
Smooth little movement to it too.
Yeah. I'm more of a front end developer, so like little animations and stuff like that. Like the favorited
Yeah, it's huge.
little smart things like that. I enjoy putting little efforts into it. So this is just a dashboard, but it should still be fun. And you have your blinking dots, not just red.
Yeah, really catches your eye. Now,
And then,
turn
yeah,
off.
one last thing, Bunny. This
Mhm.
is all the assets.
Mhm.
This is all 51 that I have. This is all dummy data
Oh,
right
good.
now, by the way.
That was my question. Okay.
So, yeah, this is just all. I'm gonna work with Chicken Tacos to get this actually pulled in and figure out how that should work. But
Okay.
he's already seen my JSON data, and he's working on creating something that will work with that. So
Beautiful.
I thought it would be cool to have a search bar here.
Love it.
An ability to maybe filter assets out by whatever. So anything like that people think would be helpful is definitely cool that we could easily add in the future. But it's 51 assets right now, so it's not that big of a deal. But maybe a fuzzy search would be cool, so you could easily find the asset you're looking for. But yeah, and then finally there'll be a videos page that's currently going to the instructions, but that would just pretty much pull in all of the videos from Bunny's X feed, unless there's a better way to do that through YouTube or something.
And they're on YouTube too, so they go on both. So yeah, we can do either one, and we can even put these live streams on there too. I mean, it just should be easily exported to it. And then I think we should also do like the testimonial stuff that Skill made. That video I watched it like way too many times, and anything else.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything. Yeah. It could be anything. I mean, if other people are making videos, like we could have that be like its own like kind of page similar to these assets that are just videos, but also could be searched. They could be categorized like instructional, trading tactics, whatever. Success
This
stories.
is pretty great, Terry.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's awesome.
Watch that bunny, that meditating aura bunny in the front page, dude.
Yeah.
With his little dojo
Genius.
outfit on. Sick.
that's awesome. Yeah. So I think it would be cool to have a page where if you don't have 160 million Sigma and you go to connect your wallet, it has Chuan's what's his name with Lucille.
Negan saying
Yeah,
go
Negan
fuck yourself
with-
on it.
Yeah, exactly. Something like
That's
that. Try
funny.
again.
And then
Absolutely.
also just like a direct access to buy the coin right there too.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
'Cause then
It
you-
takes you to
You throw that in there.
This takes you to Magnetic to set the trust line instantly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a good idea. But obviously, a lot of things can build from this, but it'd probably be good to try to get this live as soon as possible, and then we can think about adding the bunny, the new bunny trading feature instead of the turtle whenever that's ready. So.
As we start becoming more and more of a trading group, and essentially like a financial group, we should probably be a little more strict and a little more vigilant on the non-financial advice stuff. We should probably start covering our ass a little more legally, right?
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
can create
that makes
a terms and privacy disclaimer page that I plan on creating like a little footer down here with all of the social links and everything anyway. But
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
risk, blah blah blah. Nothing's financial advice. It's just what we're doing, blah blah blah. All that. Just you know how people on the timeline could be.
Hey guys, this is Gravy. I just got an idea. What
Shoot.
about an acknowledgement? Hey, what's up? What about an acknowledgement to proceed forward? You got to check it that you read that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great
Wow.
I
idea.
was thinking the same thing. You know?
Ham gravy. Look at the big dick on gravy.
I'm taking a note right now. That's great.
So it's essentially a contract saying, yeah, I get it. We're not going to hold you liable, blah, blah, blah. I get the risks, blah, blah, blah. And if anybody tries something stupid, we'd be like, well, if you access the wallet, that means you clicked it. Or not the wallet, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
no, it's
the landing page. This is spectacular, sir. Yeah, this is amazing.
Yeah,
Yes.
this looks great, dude. I love this.
Yeah.
This is like right up my alley for the smooth brains. Now, dumb question: is this a website or an app?
It's a website, but it's considered like a web application, just because of the style of it, and you're connecting a wallet and things like that.
And you've already verified. Sorry to talk over you, Terry. You've already verified this works on mobile, super easy, right?
Verified what?
Just basically, if I went to this and made it a widget on my iPhone and I just click on it, it would bring me straight into it with the connecting of the wallet. Super easy, right? Like on a mobile device.
Yeah.
How would you do that?
It should.
I definitely want to do that.
So if you have an iPhone,
Well,
coupons or no?
yeah. Go ahead.
So there's just like you would forward a website to somebody on your iPhone, you do that little box with the up arrow, and it allows you to put it as a link, as like it's a widget on your iPhone front screen.
Cool.
And then you can just click it, and it will have you verify your wallet, and away you go.
Dope. All right, sweet guys.
Yeah. So the last thing that I have a concern about is obviously nobody wants to click a link.
Yeah.
These days, like I have a temporary URL that I'm trying to set up for this that works off of something called ngrok, which just allows me to create a temporary domain to point to my local host. But it basically is just going to say sigma-indicator.ngrok.dev or something like that. But I want people to be able to try this out and just experience it themselves. Are people okay with trying to click something like that? I mean, how can I send something so people feel like it's secure and they don't have to worry about it?
I thought about that a little bit. What if you incorporate, or I don't know if this is even possible. What if you incorporated it into the Sigma main page on X, that like the link tree, so nobody has to trust any links that we send them. They can go directly to the source and click the actual verified link that is through Sigma.
I would also
this
say
is-
put it in the
this is
Discord.
temporary. This is just temporary, like just for everybody that's here to check it out, right? Like,
Well, it would take like,
eventually
I mean,
we
you
get
just
a real domain.
you just transfer over like what is it, 2 XRP or an XRP? Just make a new wallet, a testing wallet, and just make a side wallet with nothing in it and try it out. Oh, but it's gonna glitch because of the 160. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't let you in.
So try maybe
I could
Terry.
change the
Yeah.
threshold.
Change the threshold for
I
the
could change the
testers and
threshold.
the people who want to do it, like as if though they have the 160, because all of this is dummy data anyway. So yeah, let's get some beta testers trying out wallets with nothing in them, and then they can come in and try it out and give you suggestions of what they would like to see, and then we can get all the data pushed over and make it live on a different direction. I mean, people are connecting to XRP
or
Cafe.
I could just turn off the authentication, like through a wallet.
Beautiful.
I mean, if you wanted to actually do that, you could.
Yeah.
But
That's fine. I'm good either way. I mean, the authentication being off would allow everybody in the chat. You just post it to the Discord. We know these people have 160. They're already verified. They can screw around with it all they want. That's one way. Or we can have the wallet tracking thing. They could just make a new wallet and just turn off the threshold for everybody in the Discord to mess around with and see what they want to change. And then when we're ready to go live, people are already connecting to XRP Cafe, X Magnetic, right, with their wallet.
exactly.
It's the
Yeah.
transfer of the tokens that you have to approve, and that's where you have to read that part of it. So just gaining access to it, most XRP people should be comfortable with connecting their wallet to see what the website is giving them, right? And then it's when you go to send money that you have to agree to that second transaction, and that's the security behind XRP. So I think most people should feel comfortable, but I mean, you're right, people will be hesitant to do this on some level.
It's just going to be a weird URL that says ngrok in it, NGROK. So
Can't you do
Yeah, I
can't
mean,
you do a
and then-
URL change with a get like the base URL is that and then make it something pretty on the front end?
Eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually, it will be like something. I was talking to Chicken Tacos, something like SigmaLabs.com or something like that.
Mhm.
And
Yo, that's
all the-
sick. Sigma Labs? I like that.
okay, I mean, I was asking him about it because he's obviously got tons of stuff he's working on, and he created the GitHub earlier for the organization, and we need something that we can make subdomains off of. So it would be like indicator.sigmalabs.com or, tradingbot.sigmalabs.com. So, yeah, eventually it'll be legit, but just for testing purposes and not just seeing it on someone's computer, I think it would be good for everyone to click around a little bit. So, yeah, let me think of the best way to set it up, and
Yeah.
I'll shoot the link. With
You
some
tell us what to
instructions.
do. You tell us what to do, and we'll do it.
Okay, well, you can trust me, guys. I promise you that.
Yeah, and if you still have our money, then fine, whatever. No, just kidding. No, just joking. No, I mean obviously there's going to be a transaction to send assets, so this is just the access to the portal. That's very common. You do it with XRP Cafe. You do it with XMagnetic. It's when you go to sign the movement of assets, or even that like NFT scam. I think that was people were sending the free NFTs, and then people were accepting them, but not recognizing what they were paying for the free NFT in that transaction, and that's where they were getting caught for that most
Yeah,
recent
this
scam.
is like the step where you connect your wallet on
Yes.
XMagnetic or XRP Cafe. It will look exactly like that when you go to swipe to like verify or whatnot on the Examen app. It's gonna look like no transaction information. It's like asking you if you want to connect your wallet.
Beautiful.
So,
Yep.
yeah. Anyways, I'll figure out an easy way to set that up for testing, but hopefully, maybe in the next week, we could try to get this live.
Yeah, let's do it, because if we just go timeline wise of what we foresee coming, right? We know that Bitcoin's about to click. We know that Ethereum's about to click on the indicator. We got time, right? Because they're longer trade indicators. XRP's been green the whole time. The total crypto market cap is turning green, and the stablecoin dominance is diminishing. So we know that the momentum is behind us for this run up. So then we have the party at the end of next month. So 45 days away is the party. Last time everybody was loving the idea of the project. They just couldn't get it easily. This time we're more prepared. We got a landing page. We got professional stuff there. An indicator, continued daily spaces, party 2.0. It's going to be such a more legit view in everyone's mind of what it is that we are accomplishing and doing. And I think this, Terry, is a spectacular demo of what it is that we're doing and how simplistic it is for people, and you're going to see, I think, a mad rush into this project for the community behind it.
I hope so. I don't want to see one other person come in that's confused or frustrated. And shout out to Zoid, who threw together that PDF.
Yeah.
And this is how easy it is. Like maybe an hour for me to, not even 30 minutes to throw together something that's cool for the site or associated with the indicator. So anyone else that has ideas, throw them in the token gated channel, and I'd love to take a stab at it, making it into a feature on the site.
Sweet. Incredible, dude. This is amazing.
Nice. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, and thumbs up or emojis or whatever the things, because this is incredible, guys. Very, very cool.
Yeah, this is super awesome, man. Hell yeah, Terry.
Yeah, great job,
Thanks,
man.
guys.
Great work, brother.
Thanks, fellas.
Terry just shows up out of nowhere
I
with
know.
this shit.
Yeah, tip up Terry, bro. That was legit. You're the man.
Well, and I also love Terry's really dark humor. That's very subtle. That's totally up my alley. So good shit.
I just said I was leaving my family and living in a library, and nobody said anything.
I know.
so
We just accepted it. We were just like, yep. And we talk, and your wife dominating you. We're like, yep, that's fair. We understand.
Gone forever.
Sweet, guys. This is super cool.
For a bit.
I think Tacos said we're up to like 60 something now people in this token gate. I mean, not everybody's as active, but people are in here. I mean, the mission is to get to 160. That's the plan. That's the mission. So
Are we cutting it off then?
no, we're gonna keep it open. But I want to. My goal, my personal goal, and we can change the goal. But my goal was to get 30% of the supply soft locked.
Yep. And what does that make 160 people? Is that what it is?
Yeah, 0.2% times 160 is 30%. Yeah. So yeah, so that was just my personal ambition. Like, can we get? We went from 20 to 60 pretty fast. So now can we get from 60 to 100? It's only a double really, 100 more people. So it's like, can we get 100 more people in here? Is there even 100 more people in the XRPL? But that's the goal. Like, can we just get people coming?
Well, I would say after this website's up and running and we make a gangster video of this next move that's about to happen,
Mm-hmm.
I think that 160 is going to be light work.
I think so too. And I with the party
Except with
too.
those spaces.
I'm gonna honestly be aping the whole way up these next couple ups and downs. So I mean, I'm gonna be buying. So
Yeah.
just so everyone knows.
I mean, we may not
from-
need 160. Oh, sorry, no, I'm bad. We may not need 160 to soft lock it because we're just gonna organically all own more as a group. But
Bro, we probably have more than that right now. I would bet. in
Sure.
here.
yep. So yeah, so I think it's gonna be. I think this is absolutely incredible for what this community is doing together. But between Vander, Skills, everybody, Terry, Power doing the presentation, just the community, all of you guys out promoting it. It's gonna be awesome. And then if we overlaid the XRP bunny on top of it for B-Dub, who wants to have the webhooks for his degeneracy Autobots, right? Because I showed him the percentage returns. He's like, holy crap, dude. And I'm like, I know. You throw leverage into that with an automation on top of it with his bonding and everything he does. That's a whole nother revenue stream that you guys can fuck around with. And that one, I've already got a discount lined up for the community for what it's worth. So I showed this whole thing to my buddy this morning. He's like, how do I get this? And I was like, well, you got to buy the Sigma coin. And he was like, okay, so what's the first step? I was like, get Discord. Like, he was at the point where he doesn't even have Discord, right? So it was like, get Discord first.
And so is the idea Joey wallet just for everyone, because that's the easiest
Yeah,
onboarding.
I would say
you don't trade fucking something on TradingView. Here, put this fucking money in this wallet and buy the Sigma token.
Yep.
What we could do is we could have a QR code at our booth in Las Vegas.
Yep.
That automatically takes you to the Joey wallet, and then we can set Sigma trust lines.
Yep.
Perhaps, yeah, we do something along those lines, because that's what they were, what Joey Wallet was doing in Rare Evo. They pretty much put up a sign that said free money. They were giving away $5 worth of XRP just to download the Joey wallet. And I'm not suggesting we do that, but they made it very easy. So we get people on Joey, we're Sigma, and here's the QR code, fucking sign this transaction, and now the trust line is set.
Yep.
And it'll be for the non-meme people, it'll be dope.
Yeah, and again, it will take so little money to move this project. I mean, just the examples we showed was just like, we get a 5% pop off of a $200 increase in buyer volume over seller volume today, right? Stupid. Come on. And so,
and the fact that it's his actual intrinsic value,
mm-hmm.
and it's something that will be valuable when everything pops off. People that aren't in meme coins will benefit from this even more. They'll see the benefit in this just as much as anyone sees the multiplication from the AMMs with XRP and meme coins, right? So like even just someone who's trades just daily, they'll be like, oh yeah, this thing's fucking awesome,
mm-hmm.
right? And just buy it.
Well,
you don't have to hear $2 about meme coins,
Yep, and I know I must have got Nathan in trouble. He left, but I was reaching out to people and asking what they would pay for this XRP bunny after I showed the amounts for it, and I'll just kind of let you guys know. About $180 a month is what that's worth for a 400% return on $1,000 over the course of less than a year, right? Pretty well worth it, right? And so it looks like I don't have official pricing yet, but we're going to be able to pull that down by quite a bit for people who want to get it, who have the Sigma token, they get a discount for it. And so that's what's coming up next. And then throwing leverage into that is just going to be wild. So I'm just excited because that will be much more of the engagement thing. And then we'll have a separate channel with the signal and the indicator going through for those who have that subscription. And I think we can see even more people printing faster than what the indicator was doing. And then it's going to be even more of a selling point. Because then you can kind of customize your level of degeneracy that you want to push towards. So I'm excited.
It's pretty badass.
Yeah, I'm excited as well. Not gonna lie, dude. This is probably the most excited I've been in memes in a very long time. At least a year, right? I mean,
Yeah.
since shit was popping off, dude, it hasn't been. We've been going down for a long time. So it's been a year of going down. This is feels like the light at the end of the tunnel. Honestly, even without everything else pumping, like this alone is just good for us.
Yeah, exactly.
In our community, even if we have to chop sideways, realistically, because we all are everyone's fucking sitting on their hands waiting for it to pump. But if it doesn't pump and we continue this trend just sideways, it's like whatever, dude. We're fucking in here printing on swing. So this thing will always be valuable,
Absolutely.
in my opinion.
Yep, I'm excited too. And then we're already seeing the potential pop-ups starting everywhere. So yeah. I think we're already past it, and I think this next 6 months to a year is going to be.
There's some memes that have pumped so far, and it's like that's usually the good indicator when you see 3 or 4 of the older ones start pumping, and then it's just every day there's something new. Like yesterday, 2 days ago it was B Champ, and it's Burt today.
Yep.
Burt's up 60%, so it's everything's fucking pumping, dude, one at a time. And
yeah,
I remember we kind of move in tandem with Burt. If anyone remembers
yep,
that.
And Bert's trying to catch up to us.
Go up, and then you'd see Sigma go up a few days later.
Flip the bird.
Flip the bird.
Well, flipping the bird. We were always flipping birds, bro.
We flipped that bird, so it's already flipped. It's trying to catch up to us. Like, no, Bert, you're done. I'm sorry, Bert.
Okay, no, Bert.
Sigma's catching back up too.
Oh yeah.
It's 600K, dude.
Dude, it's crazy.
We're knocking on Bear's door right now.
It's wild. Yeah, things are gonna get crazy. So anyway, guys, but I super bullish, amazing stuff. Terry, spectacular job. Power, great overview. Just every one of you, great. Just do what you can. Just keep it going, and I'm just super stoked for what we can build here and what we can make. And I just think about it, how many of you guys have? What value are you getting like this from Dogecoin? Right.
0.
What value are you getting from Shiba Inu?
0.
What value are you getting from Pepe Coin?
0.
Exactly. And you just go down the list. You go, cool. Is there any value from, all of the Solana memes? And the answer is no. Say it, John.
I'm
I
gonna
think
go.
it,
0.
What's that?
I think it'd be good if people were documenting the other coins outside of XRP, anyone who's actually using this for other assets to try to get other people's attention based on things like that.
And
Looked like a lot of people were interested in a few of the most recent green notifications.
Absolutely. And that's where Twan has said, get out there and push with other communities and go to other spaces and spread the word, because I personally have never seen you buy into the meme coin project. You can sell it anytime into an AMM and try out something that changes your life on how to trade.
Think about how many teams and how many communities are just down bad in their discords, right? Trying to figure out ways to make money, to generate revenue. I mean, Sigma itself didn't have to generate the revenue. This is created to where the individuals are creating their own personal revenue.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of remarkable.
It's what memes and this whole space was supposed to be. And it's what Twan and I have, for 3-4 years now, just for hanging out, trying to make
Just
things
what we
better.
envisioned in Doodle Punks.
Yeah, we were just trying to make everything better for society, right? And just for each other, and supporting each other through it all. And then now it's like, okay, well, we've all leveled up our games. We've all got this huge potential now, and it's like, well, how do we build this together. And I just want to crowdsource this freaking thing, and everybody does their part, and we all make massive money. And there's going to be tourists that come and go, but all of us as warriors are just going to be like, this is the value, this is the thing that happened, and this is a life shifting event that makes everything easier for me and my family, right? I was even talking to my buddy who has his retirement accounts. He's like, well, should I be full exiting in and out of my retirement accounts, cash to equities with this indicator? I was like, yes, you should. And it should be that simple for you, that you're just in and out. And it can, I mean, that's retirement account assets going back and forth that he can use this stuff for. So he's in. He's like, I've got money from my Zcash thing. I'll throw it at the Sigma coin, right? So he's like, I'll take it. It's no problem. Like, we'll get your Discord first, right? But so yeah, so it's the potential for what this could be to help people to the other side is why I brought it this way. I could have never shared this with how great this is, but it's like no, let's give it to the group. You just have to believe in what we're building together. And I would have never made what Terry made, right? So yeah, that's how I'm looking at it. So if you guys are on board, let's fucking send it.
As people get more conviction, again, it's gonna spread. When people are clearly winning, it doesn't need to be like talked about, because it, like, you could see it. I mean, yeah, it has to be talked about. It'll be all over the timeline. But there's a difference between when something is forced and when something is real. You know, like, we should probably be going out looking for more Sigmas too in our personal lives, right? Like, these people that perhaps they always wanted to get into crypto, or they just got into crypto, but they're, you know, at a loss. And you know the types. There's people out there. It's those homies that actually do listen, right? Or those acquaintances that do listen. Those are the people that we could actually help, and we can probably save them 4 years of their fucking life around tripping.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll all hold the token, and we have, yeah. I have other things that I don't want to say yet until I talk to Bunny, but I've got some fucking ideas.
Let's do it, guys. So yeah, I think this is super amazing. Terry, you just tell us the timeline, what you need from us, and the group will come together. Tell Chicken Tacos what to do, and he'll do it. And then, you know, I mean, my superpower is I delegate, right? So that's one of my abilities. And so just grind, have a vision, delegate, and we all just fill in wherever we can. So just, you know, not ask what Sigma can do for you, but ask what you can do for Sigma.
Amazing. Sounds good.
Sweet. All right, I'm stopping the recording now. That was great, Terry. Thank you, man. It looks freaking amazing. So